Dear Summer, letter to the domestic violence victim. Dear Summer, I'm gonna miss you like the seasons. See, I spent my summer days looking for the reasons why she can't bring herself to leave him, and why she can't seem to see that every day she stays leads her one day closer to not breathing. And Summer loving has her believing that she deserves this constant beating, so Summer's days are fleeting. Now see, the sun never shines on her side of the street, because Summer's just not what she used to be. Because every time he comes around, Summer catches heat. And I heard the weatherman predicted the temperature to hit 99 degrees, but Summer seems to be getting a little colder to me. She was cool once, but now she's too busy throwing up cold fronts, trying to defend what's going down in her home front, and she's living this midsummer's nightmare while his physical and verbal abuse pollutes the air. It doesn't take that much for his temper to flare, so he tells her he hates everything down to what she wears. He can't stand her friends. He'd rather see her end, but she won't leave because she's dependent on him to hustle for them ends. He's got her whole world turning on his axis spin, so she can't tell where she stops and he begins. And dear Summer, I had hoped that this summer would be different. That you would never become just another statistic. But when the sun goes down, she's thinking of another reason not to slit her wrist. And she's running out of excuses, and see, there's not enough makeup to cover up them bruises. And her face is the color of sunsets, but as soon as the sun sets, she tends to forget. And dear Summer, she knows he's about as good for her health as skin cancer. Because every day he lays his hands across her so she can no longer face her son. Because every time he's asking why daddy's hitting mommy, she doesn't have an answer. So she stays silent. She's too ashamed to admit to the violence, puts up this false front, and rather than speak up, she decides to keep her mouth shut and pretend that everything in her life is on the up and up. But inside, she's crying for someone to save her life. See, Summer is stuck in the dark and she can't see daylight, so she blames herself and just chalks it up to be another hustler's wife. And every summer that he spends hustling on the corner is one more night the neighbors won't have to call the corner. Because it's only a matter of time before Summer's gone. And see, dear Summer, I really miss you like the seasons. I spend my summer days looking for the reasons why she can't bring herself to leave him, and why she doesn't seem to see that every day she stays leads her one day closer to not breathing. And why Summer loving has her believing that she deserves those constant beatings, and Summer's days are fleeting. So one day she trips and falls like September. And when the doctors ask her what happened, suddenly she can't remember. Now she's vacationing at the hospital because things got a little bit too hot. And she thought about talking to the cops, but when the time came, her story suddenly flip-flopped. And every day he's cutting her life just a little bit shorter, like wife beaters and tank tops. So now imagine her shock, because now summertime belly shows, and Summer's belly starting to show because inside her womb a second seed now grows, and that doesn't stop the blows because he just can't seem to stand and see her go. And so her days are spent in the summer haze, and every day she prays he'll let her live to see another summer day. And when the sun rises, all he does is continue to throw her shade. So every single day, Summer is starting to fade. And the nights get a little bit colder, the days get a little bit shorter, and he continues to give her the cold shoulder. He constantly cuts down like grass and lawn mowers. One day, he beat her until the seed she was carrying damn near stopped growing. He made life bloom early for a wound, gave her no rest before that abuse resumed, and now she's praying for her season to be over, because I know Summer can't stay forever, and I know his fall will come soon. So, dear Summer, I really miss you like the seasons. And I know one day you'll find a reason to bring yourself to leave him. And I know one day you'll figure out that every day you stay leaves you one day closer to not breathing. And I know that you don't deserve his constant beatings. Baby girl, you deserve better. Summer love is fleeting. Dear Summer.